Hello, welcome back to Urban Anime Podcast. We discuss your favorite topics. It's your boy Big Dog Ruff back on another week. Discussions, arguments, and whatever else that is to follow. I'm joined by a couple of friends. Who are you guys?
It's your boy Chill Guy bringing y'all chill vibe. Niggas and vibe.
It's your boy, Monkey D. Luffy, the real king of the pirates.
Man, it's your boy Law, man. Just chilling, bro.
Yeah, I knew this shit was gonna happen, bro. I knew it.
Just
Zerka skipped himself and
Just
just
look at
didn't
him.
see.
Just look at him. I got him in the center of the screen too. Just look at him.
I'm still going last. It's your boy
bro.
Clueless. I ain't never had a clue, still ain't got a clue.
Oh, we can tell. We can tell.
Acknowledge me as the only grandmaster. And yeah, acknowledge me as your grandmaster, Teflon Cabana. Yeah.
Refuse.
What's up, everybody?
And we got clips. We're back. New clips about anime and entertainment. So
It's close to me.
who do y'all think has the highest battle IQ shown? Let me play this out.
He don't say much either, right?
Battle IQ. Niggas lucky Goku ain't up here.
My vote
Battle
is
IQ,
between
Deku.
Deku and Naruto.
Deku.
Battle IQ.
Nah, I give it to Naruto.
I think I gotta give it to Naruto.
Yeah.
Deku just not even a consideration. Damn.
Naruto.
If it's an order, Naruto one, Deku's a strong two.
There could be an argument that Edward goes above Deku.
Yeah.
Edward Elric?
Yeah.
Ain't no nigga with the name Elric go over goddamn Deku, nigga.
There's a strong argument for that.
There's a strong argument for that.
That argument sound flimsy as hell, to be honest.
But those are top three. Those are top three. I will say that though.
No, because in every battle Edward Elric has in the show, he had to think on his feet all the time.
That's every fight ever in humanity, Zerka.
Do you also consider the fact that just doing transmutation mid-fight is also a lot?
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Depending on what your base alchemy is, which he doesn't have no actual base. The lucky thing for him, he has an automail arm which he can make into a weapon on the fly. If he doesn't have an automail arm, which he has, because when he was fighting against what's his name, put him on the run quite literally, he had to think on the fly, try to figure out how to get a weapon and how to make sure the man didn't kill him.
And he has he is an expert when it comes to science, honestly.
Hand-to-hand combat science. So, like when he was fighting two Beast Chimera, that was the lion and I forgot the other one, ape. He knew they had sensitive noses, so he found a whole bunch of old things of dynamite, and he was like, "What's dynamite made out of? What's that made out of?" And they was like, "Pneumonia." And he was like, "Right." He made a big, powerful gas. He made a big, powerful gas bomb. So
I guess we giving Dr. Stone high battle IQ too if we giving him that because of that. Goddamn, I don't think it's trolling.
He has to do it mid.
He has to understand the difference between Dr. Stone and Ed. Ed is a teenager in the military. Dr. Stone first of all, Dr. Stone is not a fighter for one. He's not. Senku is not a fighter for one. He could figure that stuff out, but him in terms of in the middle of a fight, and then we've seen in the series when Senku was pushed to his upper limit in terms of a fight, he flat out had to get out of there because he didn't know how to fight at all. Edward has to stay there.
So cause Elric know a little science, she putting him at top 3 in this list, huh?
So why you putting Deku at 2 then?
Because Deku actually showed battle IQ of analyzing people quirks and coming up with counter strategies on the fly, not just, oh shit, I know what a Northern Mitre makes, so let me use that with my spells.
So
Oh,
Ed didn't do that when he fought against Envy or Gluttony?
nope,
You're crazy.
I'm crazy. Y'all just glazing.
No, because in literal fights, Ed is literally the underdog in most of those fights. And he has to think of ways on his feet in terms of, okay, how am I actually going to beat this guy? And most of the times in the later part of the show, in terms of battles, he had to fight people who were trying to kill them in exchange of him just trying to capture them.
He figured out Greed's armor mid-fight, the consistency and what it was made out of mid-fight.
Ooh, that's science.
And applying it in battle.
No, that's science, nigga. That's science, nigga.
And applying it in battle.
Oh shit, your armor is made of this, so let me throw some salt on it and it'll melt. Like, oh, genius guy over here.
And applying it to the battle.
Who would y'all say are the bottom 2?
Luffy.
Say that one time.
Who would y'all say are the bottom 2 in battle IQ?
Luffy.
And Gone.
No.
I don't have much on Gone. I'll honestly say Asta. Asta don't have much of a battle IQ.
I figure Asta's battle IQ is kind of the same as Natsu's.
Ooh, nice touchdown.
I will put Luffy and Yuji together. Because Yuji just really hits a flow state, basically. Like when Yuji's in his bag and he's going crazy, he's in a flow state. I'll compare that to Luffy.
It take battle IQ to get in that flow state, buddy.
What? No, what? I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it.
That's
a fact. You gotta have some battle IQ to be in the flow state, because if you ain't got battle IQ, you in the flow state and dying, nigga. So,
all right.
Hey, you put Yuji at the bottom when this nigga figured out black flashes and no sorcerer in history been able to do that? Come on now, that's battle IQ, bro.
It was all right. Anyway,
he figured it out.
List of anime
he
characters.
figured that shit out against Akuna, bro. You're not gonna take that from him.
Is her list valid? List of anime characters you
Oh,
would
you
be
just
on
gonna
a
skip
watch
over what I
list
said? Okay.
for like
Yeah, we're gonna skip over that dumb shit you be saying.
In any type of way, shape, or form, or if you have a crush on them, you need to be put on some sort of a watch list. And I'm judging you atrociously. First on the list, we got the psycho clown that's into children. Now, people love to be like, oh, but he's not into children, he just wants power. Do some deep digging in that brain, that frontal lobe of yours that God gave you. And think about, okay, what that actually means. Okay? Seriously. Did you see that scene when he was fighting Gon? Like that first time, like in the arena, oh, sick. He's sick.
He was hyped to fight.
Sick as fuck for liking him. And
he was hyped to fight.
Funny? He wouldn't even like you because you're not under the age of 13. Next, we got another weirdo.
Bond?
Y'all love him so bad. But no, it's very clear that he is also in a BDF file because his girlfriend, I don't care what y'all have to say about, oh, but you know, she's ancient. She's actually like 3 million. I don't care. She is literally drawn and built like an 8-year-old on purpose. Look at what she looks like when she stands next to him. Like, y'all are sick. Stop defending him. And since we're speaking about 7 deadly sins, he also has to go.
I'm with that.
I don't care. I don't even know.
I'm with that.
Worse at this point between him and the other one.
I can't say that way.
Meliodas is 10 times worse.
You wait for her raise her. Ooh, you groom her from when she's a baby. Wait till she turns 16 again and be like, oh my God, titties. No, ew. Why would you ever? Why would you
Your?
ever think that?
Yeah. Turn this shit the fuck off.
Yori. Oh, that's funny as fuck.
Oh,
That's just the
Yuri.
complex he has.
Yeah, his love for Yor is insane.
Wait until she look at irregular magic high school. Irregular magic at our high school. Wait until she sees that shit.
We're not gonna talk about it.
To be honest, the worst
That's
one on this
Mr.
list is Meliodas.
I would agree. You know?
Nah, hell no.
Yeah.
Yes, the worst one on this list is Meliodas.
Listen, bro.
Why?
Hisoka may be bad, but literally have a scene where he's holding a baby and he said, "Nobody touches my woman." That's not good.
That's OD.
Y'all saying that like y'all don't know the context of that
We know
goddamn
the
scene.
We
context,
know
Steph,
the
but it
context.
still
It
Even with
doesn't.
still looks
context,
It's
it's
bad.
still not
wild.
What's the
good.
context of the scene?
We know he figures out that is Elizabeth, and he understands who she
No.
will be.
No. That is not the fucking context of that scene.
Still a fucking baby, nigga.
See, you see
Fucking
how
end of the day.
niggas going with
Okay, so
twin
what's
narratives.
the explain how you
Lay it out
make
for
that
us.
scene actually good?
Cauldron had just killed Elizabeth right in front of her, and then she got reincarnated literally in that same moment. He just see her get reincarnated, and he get approached from behind. So he turns around and says that because he's still grieving. Nigga, it's not like he was
He's
just walking around with a
holding
baby. Oh,
he's
here's my woman.
holding a baby and says, "Don't touch my woman."
Because
Regardless of the context you have, that still does not make that even more valid.
yes, the fuck
That's
it does, because
disgusting.
that baby is a reincarnated angel who's
Yes,
doomed to just
we
be
get it. It's a
reincarnated.
reincarnation, but at the end of the day, it's disgusting. The
The
author
curse
could have
is
the author
disgusting.
could
His
have
behavior
easily
to the
the
curse is
author
not
could have
disgusting.
easily made that scene a whole lot different. He could have worded it way different than he did, but he chose the words "do not touch my woman." That is crazy while holding the baby and referring to the baby as your woman. That is
It's not
crazy.
crazy considering what just happened and the context of the story. That's
You
not
can get
crazy.
the context and it still be disgusting.
No, it's not.
Rough as the outside looking in with the context added in, how does it
It
make it
does
look
not
better or
change.
worse?
It does not change a single
Okay, then
fucking thing.
it's
That's your
disgusting.
ignorant mind not accepting the
It's not
facts
an
of the
ignorant
story.
mind. It's disgusting. You can
The
agree.
story itself gives us enough to let us know that that's not some pedo shit. So why were you taking it that way is on you. You creeped
Because
out
at
about something
that
that the
moment,
author
at
explicitly
the
goes out his way to give you that's not what it is.
and yet you still have a scene where the author sat down and was like, I'm gonna choose these words. Yes, you have people that can interpret it as such. What I did, I was like, okay, cool. He's not referring to it as the little baby. I get it. That's not what he's saying. But other people, many people, have interpreted that scene as such. Even the people that get it, at the end of the day, it's still disgusting in how he labeled it.
No, it's not. As somebody who has read the fucking story, it is easily to see that this is not promoting any type of pedophilia. This is a play off of Meliodas' fucking trauma off of what just happened to him. This baby just died in front of him as a full-grown adult woman, and he still does not have knowledge of this fucking curse fully. And
Let
on
me ask you
top of
this.
that, him grasping with this entire situation, he's being approached from behind by strangers after just being attacked. So him saying back up from my woman is in context of the story, not weird, not creepy, not bad word choosing. It is appropriate. Niggas who come up with that argument all the time be the ones who don't read stories and go off fucking internet narratives. Why he said that in the story? Oh, because he was carrying that baby around the whole time. Shit don't even be fucking true.
Do you not agree the fact that the author could have easily worded it totally different?
No. What could he said that made that situation better for you?
He could have literally not aimed "Don't touch my woman" at the baby. For one, me, like I've said before, you went on your whole tirade. I said I even understood the scene. I'm talking about the people who, like Ruff, not throwing the shade at you, Ruff, like Ruff, that hear the scene and have heard context from the scene, and they're like, you know what? That still doesn't change my viewpoint of how this man is holding a baby and saying, "Don't touch my woman."
Again, what do you want him to say, or
He
what
could
could
have
have said that would have made it better?
he could have said something on the lines of, "Hey, back up from this baby. Hey, no one touches this baby." Something in the lines of that.
That is also very
That's
true.
still the same context. That's
No.
literally the same
No,
context.
no.
No,
The
it's
reason the
not.
wording is different. I'm referring to it as a baby. Meliodas says, "Don't touch my woman."
Okay.
A lot of people will take that, and they have ran with, as much as you have said, "Oh, we're leaving out the context." You leave out, even without leaving out the context, people still view it as disgusting because there are people who have seen Seven Deadly Sins, read it, put it up on YouTube, and said that is flat out disgusting. Just like she pointed out, me personally, my one of my biggest problems within Seven Deadly Sins is how he draws fairies. He did not have to make fairies look as childlike as he did. Not saying he's a pedophile, even though some other series do draw them like that.
What the
Which
fuck
I
are
have a problem with
fairies?
many. I have a problem with many series like that. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing is you have two of your main cast characters, excuse me, who refer to one who's legit a child at that point, and the other one who, yes, he's 1,000, how many years old, but still has the body of a child. That one is not even crazy because it's like if you understand the context of what a fairy is supposed to look like, then you're like, cool, I get that. Bond's excusable, but the
What
whole
the
context, but the whole context of with Meliodas holding the child, that is disgusting and egregious. He could have worded it differently.
It's not.
It really is. It really is. You have a
It's,
person on this
hey,
pod who
hey,
says
hold up, hold
you.
up, hold up. No, 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 no. Some shit like that happened to anybody. Your first thought, if somebody approach you, is not gonna be, "Oh, let me phrase this statement the right way so they don't get the right idea about me." Y'all get put in Melioda's shoes. Y'all probably saying the same thing. Back the fuck up from my woman.
No, are you saying that? Are you saying that?
Probably in that scenario.
I'm not saying that.
Probably.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying that.
Joe,
I'm
that's a
sorry.
lie.
If we, how you gonna say it's a lie? How you gonna
Because
tell
you don't know
me
how
my
you
word
don't know
be a
how
lie?
you respond in a trauma situation until you in that goddamn situation.
I'm
He
not gonna
had
respond
just
with "that's my woman." I'm not gonna respond with that.
because Joel, in real life, of course not. Your woman is not gonna die and then be reincarnated directly in front of you for you to be approached by strangers. But you could see how a nigga would say that in that fucking scenario.
It's crazy because you're arguing with the same dude who goes out of his way to who literally has Rudius as one of his favorite characters. If you don't know, he's worse than Meliodas on so many levels. Rupp would agree, correct?
Yep.
And I agree.
So, and even I will call a lot of what Rudius does is egregious and downright disgusting.
Beyond egregious.
And he still didn't touch the links of, and the writer still found ways to actually have Rudius build up as a character,
Did his
build up
girl
in
die
terms.
and then
Wait,
be
wait, wait, wait.
reincarnated directly in
What's
front of
the
him?
deal? Wait, real quick. What's the deal with Rudius? What did he do?
Rudius is a
Okay,
grown ass man in
understand.
a child's body, loving after a child.
Yes, and then even in before he was reincarnated, it's heavily implied that he was a PDF file. It's heavily implied he's a PDF file. But the strongest qualities of Rudius comes in where he understands he was wrong at and everything. Again, even I make the joke of, does anybody know what does Rudius actually worship? It's a pair of panties that he stole. So in terms of being a pervert, he's downright worse than Meliodas. But not one time within the series has Rudius been around a baby, which he has multiple times. Grab the child and see that in that context.
Did his woman die in front of him and immediately be reincarnated on the same battlefield where she died, and then he was approached by strangers when he noticed this? Did that happen?
Much worse, he watched all his wives die, and then he had to. And then on top of that, he had to go back and figure out how to go back in time and warn himself how to make sure none of that actually happens.
That is completely different than seeing her die and immediately being reborn and being approached again immediately. You are thinking you are still under threat, even though she just fucking died and was reborn right in front of you. So he's not sitting there thinking, oh, let me phrase this right so people don't judge me because I'm holding a baby. No, nigga, he immediately on the defensive and just responded.
Again, Rudius is worse than Melios on so many levels, and Rudius hasn't done that.
Okay, and that's completely separate from the point. But
we can agree to disagree. We have another video. Does Naruto change?
Has experienced. Does Naruto's decision making when it comes to battle change? Not really. As much as he's seen from the battle, even like really young, being under Kakashi of all people, one of the most known ninja ever, everywhere, and then battling various people, Haku and Zabuza, Orochimaru, Itachi, and Gaara, Sasuke, you name it, right? All these different people he's battled over time. To go through each battle and at the end of the battle have learned nothing. Nothing has been learned because they will do the exact same thing in the very next battle. And that is what some of the hardship becomes, is simply because they have not changed. They have not grown. This is why I've always thought it was super weird that Naruto only has Rasengan. How do you have this expansive ass world with all of these jutsus, all of these family lineages that have these different characteristics to them and stuff like that? And then Naruto comes out and he's spamming Rasengan and Rasen Shuriken and stuff like that. It throws me off because it feels like you don't need Naruto to be growing. Like, you need his power to grow, obviously, but some kind of way it feels slightly separate from him because his mental, his cerebral is not being stimulated in many instances. Now, yes, there may be times where it's like some sort of like overcoming moment where something works out and you're like, oh my gosh, he did this, and that was a planning move. But it's more of like, take me along for the ride. Don't just sort of like hit something, like I said, hit something as hard as you can, right? Spam my Singons until it doesn't work. And then you're like, okay, do one thing different, and then that ends the battle. But in the very next battle, you do it all over again. Now you're spamming Rasengan's again, and it's like, okay, did you learn anything? You know, why don't we start with more strategy in the next battle? Why don't you say, okay, let me try this, boom, 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 okay, that doesn't work. Okay, let me try this, boom, 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 that doesn't work. Why hasn't Naruto created jutsus and stuff like that to really, show us his growth and understanding the power that he possesses? Naruto should have been spamming some shit we never seen before with, and maybe even.
I gotta pause. I gotta pause. I gotta pause. I gotta pause. What?
This nigga ain't looked at Naruto.
This nigga said Naruto ain't created jutsu, so Naruto didn't make the what is that called? The
Rasen Shuriken.
Rasen shirt. Yeah, that's
Yes.
not a new jutsu.
That
He
is
didn't build
definitely
up on that by adding like lava release, mixing it with a Biju bomb.
this
Nothing.
nigga wanted Naruto to make the reanimated Rasengan.
now he wanted Naruto to start busting out
Like,
lightning style, even though this nigga got wind release.
this nigga wanted this nigga to bust out fire style lightning strike. Like, ah damn, bro. Like, my thing is, he says that, and I went in his comments, I said, bro, what you wanted Naruto to do in terms of Uzumaki, who was gonna teach him that shit? Who the fuck was gonna teach him? On top of that, you didn't watch the series. Did not watch the series.
I guess anytime Naruto uses a circular object, it's just a Rasengan in his eyes.
Technically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess when Naruto fought Pain, I guess Naruto just thought of shit and it just worked. Yes. And then mind you, in that same episode, you got Gamabuta literally telling you play by play, oh man, this kid really thought of this on the fly. Somebody should ask him, so what was Naruto's thought process and how he was going to channel Sage Jutsu up to that point? Because Lord Kusako even said Naruto came up with that idea. So at no point in the series did Naruto never grow at all in his eyes.
Yeah, he's saying Naruto don't learn from his encounters. Like Naruto definitely learned from the first time meeting Itachi to the second time. Got to do shit different. Can't just charge at this nigga all reckless and headstrong.
Okay, I gotta say
Definitely
that.
can't look in his eyes. He applied
And
that.
and even Naruto's first application of
Russian Shuriken.
the Rasen Shuriken and the regular Rasengan were completely different. When he first started using the Rasengan, Naruto had a long setup, a long wind up. Then he sat in the back while his clones distract you for a minute and then run up and hit you. That's how he first started that shit off with Kabuto. Didn't
Mind
realize,
you, he
oh,
had to
it's not
remember
that.
it. He had to wait for he had to set Kabuto up for that.
Well,
Like,
no,
yeah,
Kabuto stabbed him through the hand and he held on to him, held on to the kunai.
and even in that situation, you can even say that's a smart move right there. It's reckless, but it's smart because he realizes, okay,
Gets the
I
job
got to
done.
do something to stop this man from moving where I can wind up this jutsu and actually pull it off. That's early Naruto. You don't think even when Naruto first comes back and he goes on his first mission against Itachi when he first gets put on the Genjutsu. So I guess he skipped past that. I
Yep,
guess he skipped past that part.
basically.
Oh yeah. His first Rasen Shuriken almost destroyed his arm. The second time he used it, we learned that he learned how to throw it from that experience.
That's
It's
But
something
almost
no,
like
else.
he grew.
this man wanted Naruto to come up with something, wanted him to do something crazy, boy.
He wanted Naruto to pop out a
Transportation.
Kyrie or a fireball jutsu.
I gotta say this. I'm getting real sick and tired. There's becoming a real difference between new anime watchers and old anime watchers. New old anime watchers, we know what to expect. We know what we're gonna get out of these series. New watchers, they find the dumbest and the stupidest ways to hate on a series, and it's like, did you not watch the show? Oh, well, I'm just saying Sasuke didn't really have a legit reason for doing what he did. Bitch, did you not did you miss the point where basically everybody lied to this nigga? You didn't miss the point where his brother throughout part one kind of was nailing home to him what he did just for him to find out all that was a lie, just to find out all that what he was told later on was a lie. Sasuke was put through the ringer in terms of just shit.
Back to back.
Like, and I feel like at a certain point, I'm so sick and tired of new anime. I don't know about y'all. I love the fact that anime is becoming popular, but the more I see it become popular, the more I get aggravated with it. Because don't y'all see there's a trend with shows that we used to watch, and all of a sudden people start watching it all of a sudden, and there's all of a sudden a big problem with it.
Yep.
Case in point, what me and Tef were just talking about, Seven Deadly Sins. Tef, I do understand the context and everything with it, but I'm just saying, you can tell she's a new anime watcher because even in her statement, she says, I understand what happened, but still, if you understood what happened, then you understand why he's saying that in that moment.
And
And I
I'll
hate
also
him.
add something on to that, Joe. I'm also tired of finding out that out of nowhere all these people are just fans of something that I know y'all niggas didn't watch or y'all niggas didn't read.
Oh my God.
Because
Like,
I know for a
Like
fact there
Ice Spice and
was
One Punch.
yes.
yeah.
Like one that's coming out recently that I'm hyped for. No, it's irritating me. All these niggas talking about Siren was such a great manga. All these people read Siren. No, the fuck y'all did.
Because I even got put on. Ruff had to put me onto that shit, and this was like years, years ago.
Once it comes out, you'll see all the fans come out saying, "Oh, I remember this from the manga."
I bet you they don't even remember that nigga's final form. I still do because that was one of the coolest transformations I've ever seen.
And then just like all of a sudden now, oh, Dragon Ball didn't do. Dragon Ball. It all it did was fight. You wasn't there, my nigga. You wasn't there. Me personally, I feel like anybody who says Dragon Ball was nostalgia, if you go back through a rewatch, which I have, I still got the same goosebumps from seeing Super Saiyan 1 Goku. I still got them same goosebumps because I knew shit was getting real and the transformation itself was just goaded. That's why I would never say Luffy's Gear 5 is on the same level as Super Saiyan 1 Goku. That would never be on the same level. Never. But it's these new people in anime that just feel like they could come into the genre. Mind you, they was the ones that let's call a spade a spade. They were the main ones bullying people for liking it to begin with. But now all of a sudden y'all with the genre. Come on now.
Listen, if you wasn't on YouTube trying to find part 1, part 2 of an episode, a singular episode with a
Don't
filter
at me.
over
Watching
it,
that
don't talk
bitch
to
in
me.
a corner of the screen.
Don't at me.
You can't put it full screen.
For the longest time, the only anime I watched was Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, Black Lagoon. That's it. I got put on Naruto because all of a sudden it popped on my feed. The pain fight, the entire pain fight. Mind you, can't even find that now. The entire pain fight. I click on that fight. I'm like, yo, what is this? I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, yo, who these people? Next thing I know, they said my home was that's Naruto, bro. I said, what episode this start on? He said, hey, boy, that's deep. Guess what I did? Started from part 1. I'm like, people. Part of me wishes anime wasn't so mainstream because now all of a sudden everybody has a problem with what's all of a sudden a problem with everything.
Well, I
Hey,
think
you know
that's
another
just
one too that get me because they be like, yeah, I've always been in. I hit them with the yeah. What was the intro to Dragon Ball Z? You remember? That let me know everything right there.
Yeah,
If you ain't singing that right intro, you was not watching fucking anime. You was lying.
they're gonna say the intro from
Kai.
Kai, yeah.
Chala, inshallah. Yeah, nah, get the fuck out of here, buddy.
Chala
You
here,
don't know nothing
Chala
about that
is
Rock the
Dragon Ball
Dragon,
Z.
nigga.
Niggas don't remember that niggas catching epilepsy just trying to watch GT.
they
Hey,
didn't realize when niggas thought GT was good.
Step
I
into the
still think
Grand Tour.
No, hold
Grand
up, Joe.
Tour.
GT is still good. Let's
a
not
lot.
get wild.
No, I'm saying a lot of people have said, "Oh, GT is trash. GT is trash." Me, I still could watch GT and be happy. I still feel like
GT
Android
is trash in
17.
hindsight.
I feel like 17 art could have been a little longer. That's personally my favorite. Second is the Dark Dragon Ball the Shinron art. The second,
Yeah, the Shadow Dragons.
yeah, the Shadow Dragons. There we go. Shadow. I was about to say Nova Dragons. Yeah, those are the strong seconds.
Well, we got another clip: reality warping versus reflection. Grimmy Bleach, Damon Boruto.
This is not going to end up well. So we've got Grammy from Bleach, and we've got Daemon from Boruto. Grammy is a very, very powerful character. He makes Luffy look like a joke, and that is a fact. Grammy could imagine that Daemon's bones are cookies and turn his skeleton into cookies, making his durability way weaker. Grammy can also summon a meteor and land it on Daemon. He could shoot Daemon as well, putting holes in him. He could even take Daemon into outer space and let him rot in there. As Grammy uses these attacks that manipulate reality itself, he will realize this one single thing. He'll realize all of these attacks are not happening to Daemon, but are happening to himself. You see, Grammy has the ability of the visionary, but Daemon has pure, ultimate reflection. What did Daemon say that one time? You do seem strong, but that's all that it is, strength. Whoever is second or third in strength doesn't matter to number one, him. The truth is here that Grimmy's worst nightmare is Daemon. Not only is Daemon a perfect counter to everything Grimmy has, he also scales extremely way higher than him. In terms of AP,
Yes,
at the highest,
sir.
you can get Grammy to Galaxy Plus, while Daemon in his base form scales above 99% of the Naruto franchise. And the only person who is confirmed to completely be above his level is Shibai Utsutsuki. He's stronger than No Limit Code, Jigen, Fused Momoshiki, Kaguya, everyone in Shippuden. People who are relative and stronger than Kaguya and even Momoshiki, who created alternate dimensions to the Naruto universe, getting them very easily into the low multiversal ranges at a high ball. And don't even get me started on speed. Daemon absolutely gaps Grammy. He's speed blitzing him into oblivion. This is a hot take specifically for Bleach fans that are going to criticize what I'm saying. But Grammy would be more terrified of Daemon than he was for Kenpachi. Not only is he just
Yes,
way more
sir.
powerful, not only can he not even harm Daemon, Daemon is extremely fast. He scales above anybody in the entirety of Shippuden, and the top tiers in Shippuden are easily in the massively fast and light plus ranges. If you think I'm lying for
Let's
bluffing, go
go.
ahead and watch one of my speed scales for Naruto. You will be surprised.
I
Oh,
like
you'll
this dude.
probably deny it anyways, but you
I
won't
bet
be
you
able to
do.
prove it wrong. While the Bleach
Yeah.
verse is fast, they are not faster than Naruto's. Specifically because there's a lackluster of light speed statements in all of Bleach. And I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, Grimmy could just imagine Daemon has no powers. 1. I wonder why he didn't do that for Kenpachi. 2. With
Because
the
he
intent
can't.
he has behind it, it wouldn't work. And 3. Just to put the cherry on top. Daemon uses a Shinjutsu, and all Shinjutsu are divine miracles. You'd have to be able to first prove that Grammy's imagination is strong enough to wipe out divine powers, especially one that comes from a higher dimensional being itself. And Grammy has a huge weakness. One kick is all it takes from Daemon. Because since Daemon scales way higher, he could easily speed blitz Grammy, punch him in his head, or kick him in his head, and his brain will turn into mush. Which is literally the core for Grammy, the core for all of his abilities as well. And the scary part is it doesn't just stop at Grammy. I respectfully don't think anyone in Bleach can actually beat Daemon in a one-on-one. Yes, not even Yuha Baha himself. I know
Not
all about
even
Yuha's
Yuha
ability
Baha.
to alter the future. And I know there are some people that think that Yuha can strip away your abilities by looking at them. But you shouldn't take that so literally. It seems like powers go to Yuha's side, specifically because he's altering the future. He can't actually take your powers away. He just literally says, nuh-uh. But I'm here to tell you this. As much as Yuha would want to change the future against Daemon to beat him, there is no future that Yuha can bring where Daemon's ability just doesn't work. And that's because Daemon doesn't just reflect attacks. He reflects any action that would inflict harm on him. This dude reflects your literal actions, anything that would put his life in harm.
You know what's the funniest counter
He
to that?
cooks. He
But
cooks.
wait. But it says that would do him harm. If something was taken away his ability, that's not doing him harm.
That is harming him. It's taking away his abilities.
That's not harming him.
Yes, it is.
His
No,
power
it's
works
not.
on intent. If you
If your
intend to
intent,
harm him, then it reflects.
so if your intent is to do anything to him that his power would perceive as harm, or just flat out put it simply like this: the mere thought of Kawaki wanting to hit him knocked out Kawaki.
Yeah.
But
The thing
So
is,
again,
though,
again, he
but
cooked.
I'm
what he
looking at
left
the
out,
panel. I'm looking at the
what he
panel.
left out, what he left out was Damon's power does not work if he is not touching somebody else.
What?
Damon's power does not work if he is not touching somebody.
So in a solo 1v1, he can't use his abilities.
Correct.
If he touch you,
Okay.
if he touch you,
That is the weirdest caveat I've ever heard of
You know
to
the
an
messed up
ability.
part is you would think, oh, he would never touch him, but the messed up part is he would have touched you and you wouldn't even known it.
Is there anybody in Boruto that's supposed to be fighting this nigga? Like, is there an out
We don't
for
have
this
his
nigga?
matchup yet. We don't have his matchup, but a lot of people speculate is Himawari. The Himawari might be his direct actual counter.
Why?
I think Kawaki gonna kill him off guard. Like Kawaki gonna get the slip on him.
Yeah. Oh, Himawari, because he actually went to actually try to hit Himawari, but somebody stopped him. He was like, "Why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you do anything?" And he was the first major notion that Himawari had something in her.
You know what's funny? There is one person in Bleach who actually is his counter.
Cool.
Captain of Squad Zero.
Ichibe?
Yes.
His intent to put anything down with that brush is done for, bro. Fuck it,
The
bro.
way y'all taking intent, because it says
Doesn't-
from the panel, any action that would inflict harm.
Action intent, because the reason why it's intent is because what Kawaki did. Kawaki was going to.
If you gotta think about it, oh, I can just take away your ability and I have no intent to kill you.
So let me ask you a question.
But the intent to take away my ability would harm me.
No, it wouldn't. You would
No,
still
it
be
wouldn't.
Yes, it
perfectly
would.
fine. Would
The
he die
intent.
without his ability?
More than likely, yes. He's a cyborg. So yeah, can he steal a cyborg's abilities?
Yes.
He draws. He doesn't have a limit on what
Everything
he
with
can
a
steal.
name, anything with a name, Yuha can interact with.
Ichibe.
I mean, Ichibe, my bad, not Yuha.
Oh wait, but we seen Yuha override that shit with no special hacks. So yeah, no.
Actually, it's because Ichibe targeted the wrong thing. Ichibe targeted Yuha instead of the Almighty. That's why Ichibe
Okay.
lost.
Okay. And what happened when he targeted the Almighty?
He didn't target the Almighty.
Yes, he did.
So he renamed the
Isn't the
Almighty.
Almighty in Yuha's eyes, correct?
No,
Oh, retarded.
is it in his eyes? Wait.
When he activates the Almighty, that's when his eyes do that little shit. They have multiple
Yes.
pupils and shit, right?
Yes.
He did that in front of Ichibe, and Ichibe did the little Soul King's hand and said, "Your eyes are no fucking more. You will never see shit again." And it didn't work.
That's
He
not.
sealed him. You're talking about in the beginning. He sealed him for a selected
not
period
true.
of time, and then even when they were fighting, they were directly fighting each other. He rewrote Yuha's name and
Changed it to.
changed it to Ant. And then after he changed it to Ant, Yuha was like, "Oh, you would have won, but you targeted me instead of the Almighty. You didn't stop my ability. You chose to target me."
What's that nigga name? Ichibe.
Yes.
Niggas about to make me read Boruto to start countering shit, because
Countering who?
see, I get the hype for the nigga, right? But I'm not about to overdo it.
Oh, like you overweight Chainsaw Man?
No.
Notice he ain't mentioned that mid chapter this week. Notice that, because they did have mid drop.
I guess. Anyway, because I will compare him to more like Giorno from JoJo's. But if you take away their ability and not directly trying to harm them, then that is me. I think that's a clear way around it. And you haven't shown any examples or gave me any examples of somebody doing something to him not with the intent to harm.
Hold on. I think there is one. I think there is one. There
Okay.
is one. I got to go to the chapter to make sure because within that same chapter, Boruto got knocked out within the same instance as Kawaki did, and Boruto was like, "I wasn't even trying to hit you. I knew he was going to miss."
But hitting somebody is still trying to cause harm.
No, no, he wasn't trying to harm. He wasn't trying to harm Damon. He was trying to stop Kawaki from hitting Damon,
Oh. And he got hit.
and Boruto got knocked out too.
How the how does that
I
work? I mean,
I
I
hey,
guess it's
if it goes
I'm
that
trying to
far,
figure
then
it out
you
right now.
got
I'm
it.
trying to go to the chapter.
yeah.
Okay, that's when that went too far up. Let me over Konoha.
In the meantime, in between time, different clip.
No. We will no longer fall for Bleach propaganda. I cannot let this slide. Amazing edit. I love Kenpachi. Like, why are we acting like the Stern Ritters and even the Soul Reapers weren't scared of this shit? You have literal Askin himself. Askin, is this possible? No pun intended. This is supposedly supposed to be a high complex, multiversal, higher dimensional being, by the way. The way that Bleach fans claim that the Soul Reapers is supposed to be 4D or 5D because they're on a higher spiritual plane or whatever. Then you have Yugrim talking about protect his majesty from a meteor? You can't seriously tell me that a meteor would affect Yuha Baha. I'll be honest, it was probably just for hype moments because Yugrim should have just gone up there and destroyed it himself if it's so strong. And when we compare Grammy's meteor to Madara's, we gotta understand one thing. He imagined this meteor, okay? And this meteor wasn't even bigger than a Serete, which is literally just a large city. Don't let these people's pixel scaling fool you guys. It's not country size,
That's what
it's
we
not
doing?
continent size.
Okay.
Meaning this meteor probably isn't even bigger than Pain's. Obviously, Grammy is stronger than Pain. I'm not trying to say
Okay.
anything else. I'm just saying the
I
size of
don't
this
know about
meteor
that
is not
now.
that crazy. While Madara's meteor was actually physically summoned, not created out of nowhere. And Madara's meteor isn't actually even a meteor. It's called a meteor in Shippuden, but it's actually more closer to that of an asteroid. I've already made a video on this, so if you want the context of why it's that huge, you just gotta go look it up. And with Gara and the Alliance Force, at least they actually stopped the meteor. They used their battle IQ, their own tactics to stop it. While the Soul Reapers and the Stern Ritters were just going to sit there and take it. They didn't even think about going up there to destroy it because they were terrified. So next time, let's stop the power trip. Because this meteor feat was alright, but this will never surpass what happens in Naruto. Because I wonder why this moment wasn't brought up. But we all know why. It's because in the next few panels they were dealt with, Naruto had literally no reaction. He was not worried about these meteors. This guy Naruto was more worried about accidentally hitting Sasuke than the meteors just coming down themselves. Why is nobody pointing that out? That is actually.
Let me go to the comments.
Hey, I got a question for y'all though.
Okay.
Isn't that massively faster than light to pull an asteroid from space to like damn near the surface of the planet that fast?
No.
The distance that shit had to travel from the upper atmosphere to instantaneously be there.
There's thousands of meteors in space, so you can grab one that's somewhat closer and bring it in.
Even that close, even that distance.
You do know even though there's like satellites and shit up there, you do know like there are meteors around us, right?
It's debris. I wouldn't necessarily say meteors.
There, let's see.
Oh, come the fuck on.
Could be space rocks, but like it ain't just shit casually floating around our atmosphere the size of the shit that took out the dinosaurs.
Approximately 10 million meteors enter the Earth atmosphere every night. Not
Okay,
all.
but how many of them are the size of the one that took out the dinosaurs? Like Mater or something.
We're lucky enough not to be hit by them bitches.
No, they ain't that many that size.
So that's Joe, this better.
We ain't
It's
doing no
another
science
one in
anyway,
this
nigga.
nigga.
Stack like that.
Fans of One Piece. Ted
You gotta
said,
let know, bro.
okay, so you're not debunking Naruto fans, you're just debunking me. So this quote is from a former video I made about Kizaru and how he's not actually intangible. And I'm going to say it again. Kizaru is not actually intangible. Kizaru does not follow the real world physics we have of our world. And Apu shows us the best example of why Kizaru is not truly intangible. Apu has the sound fruit. If you hear his sound, then you succumb to his attacks. One time he sliced off Kizaru's hand and then made Kizaru go boom. So since Apu's physical attacks can disperse his body, that means he is not intangible.
Whoa. Let's stop it here. Right?
I kind of agree.
Hold on.
One time he sliced off.
Just because you sliced off the nigga hand doesn't mean you actually hurt the nigga. Because even afterwards, he has no pain, no issue. You just
Hold on. He never said there was pain included. His argument is intangibility.
what I could make the same argument that he just split his arm.
He split his arm because he was tangible. His argument isn't about the pain, it's about the intangibility and tangibility.
Okay. And I'm saying there
And Apu ain't got no hockey to be touching Kizaru.
there is an argument that he split his arm. Just like if you try to punch, let's say, Kuzan, and you would think you punched through him, but you didn't punch through him. He just moved his physical body out the way of it.
So that would be showing like Kuzan is intangible, but this is him actually being interacted with. So
Again, I could say he just cut his own arm off.
So Kizaru cut his own arm off and made himself go boom and then fall on the ground?
I'm not talking about the boom portion because of not Kizaru. Apu ability is a hacks ability, so it would bypass it. I give that.
It's a devil fruit just like Kizaru's is a devil fruit.
Yes, but it's also a hacks ability. It is outright a hacks ability. If I play a sound and you hear it and you take damage, that is hacks. That has nothing to do with like really durability.
But if I'm intangible, even if I hear it, I shouldn't be hurt because I'm intangible.
But you're bypassing it.
How can you hear something if you're intangible?
Does light particles move? Question. Just a question.
Yes, light particles move.
Okay. If light particles move, that means there can be sound.
No, sound does not move that fast.
Thank you, sir.
Sound doesn't move that fast.
No, sound has an actual speed. That's why when you go Mach 1,
Okay.
you're at like 700
Speed
and like
has
30.
nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Let me finish. Hold up. That's why when you break the sound barrier, which is Mach 1, you're at like 730 plus miles an hour. That makes you faster than the speed of sound. That's where we get Mach 1 plus Mach 1 and above at. You can consistently keep breaking the sound barrier, but to reach the speed of light,
Okay, let me
that's
just disprove
physically
all y'all
impossible.
niggas real quick. Yes, sound can affect light.
In what way, Ruff? That's so generic. Sound can affect light.
By
Can sound
primarily by
disrupt light?
altering the medium, like air
Okay, so
or glass, through which light
so
travels, causing
it
slight
needs a
changes in the
medium.
light's path. Nigga, I just said air. Kizaru isn't air, right? Isn't he in the fucking world of One Piece? If he is light particles and he's in the fucking world of One Piece, there's air around him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, by altering the medium, like it says, through which light travels, causing slight changes in a light's path, intensity, or frequency, is a principle used in technologies like acousto-optic modulators. So again,
So you were arguing real world logic for One Piece when they fits your narrative.
because I literally just tried to just let you, I just tried to just say it's just a hackability. Just leave it at that. But y'all got into science because y'all was like, oh, how does sound affect light? How does sound affect light?
No, I said the nigga don't have hockey, so how did he hit him? He can't be intangible. That's the point we was on. So,
Okay, it wasn't you. It was Zerker. Then.
and again, the nigga not fully intangible. We stated that. He can become intangible, but he's just not always fully intangible.
Let's continue.
And then made Kizaru go boom. So since Apu's physical attacks can disperse his body, that means he is not intangible. And please, don't even try to argue that Apu was using haki. I doubt he had haki here. Not only that, if he had haki, Kizaru would have been damaged. Now for the second and final debunk, because these are the only things that Kizaru said. There's a lot more gibberish that they were saying in the rest of the post, but I only need to target these two things and shut them down. So I already proved that Kizaru is not intangible. This person says that Logias in One Piece are canonically intangible to non-haki attacks. Okay, I'm glad. I'm not crazy. You guys have definitely been referring to Logias as intangible for years. I'm just glad we're accepting and acknowledging this. This has been established since the first appearance. Intangible in One Piece does not mean the element itself cannot be touched. It means the user's body does not possess a solid physical core unless haki is applied. This is getting sad. Now they're trying to change the core concept of why Logias are called intangible in One Piece. For some reason, One Piece fans think Logias bodies just disappear and that they are called intangible because their bodies can't be interacted with. Not realizing that the Logias bodies aren't going anywhere. They are still there. It's just that they transform their body into the element. Akainu's body doesn't disappear. It is still there and it is still tangible. It is just now an element. Go ahead and look up what transmutation means. This is literally a form of transmutation. Meaning, when somebody's fighting Aikanu and they're touching his magma body, they are still touching his body because his body is literally magma. Why do you think solidifying them is their weakness when it comes to armament haki? Why do you think attacking them using elemental weaknesses works? Why do you think Aikanu burned Ace's flaming body?
I'm just listening
with
to
his
bullshit
magma?
right now.
It's because their body is the element. Ace's real body wasn't damaged. Ace got burned. His body
Ace
made out
made
of fire
himself
got
tangible.
burned. It's the same way Amaterasu can literally burn fire. I've seen people saying crazy things after all of this and claiming that One Piece characters with haki can attack people's souls. That's why it works on Logias. Which is just wrong. The only thing that armament haki does is solidify its opponents, which is what chakra has been shown to do. Chakra can solidify, amplify, manipulate any element or anything in any way. Whether it's using your blunt force attacks with your punches to slap away fire, whether it's to burn someone else's fire, whether it's to walk on water, walk on walls, or whether it's to literally grab something as intangible as your own soul. And yes, this is intangible. The soul is made of spiritual energy, nothing else, not chakra. You've even got fodder being able to consume people's physical energy using chakra. Physical energy is intangible, by the way. So chakra is literally a power system that is the worst thing a Logia could ever face, even worse than Haki. And that's because Haki is way less advanced than chakra. It's not as flexible. Chakra can do way more things. If you think Haki can do something, chakra has probably done it 10 times better. So I rest my case.
Facts.
You guys were wrong about Kizuru's light being intangible, and the only reason we use intangible for Logias is because attacks pass right through them, not because their bodies are intangible. Their bodies are the element, remember. And chakra can pretty much solidify, grab, and damage a Logia all they want if that's what they want their chakra to do. The only thing One Piece fans
Facts.
had were the no limits fallacy for their Logias, and now they don't even have that. Naruto genuinely
Cook,
slams that weak ass verse. Have a great day.
cook,
Debunking hidden statements of Naruto fans on One Piece. Tech said,
You're not
cook.
gonna piss me off tonight.
Now,
You
why
got it.
not?
You got it. Call me Shamar. You got it.
Naruto takes the dub.
I
They
I'm
never can
listen.
come up with an actual
I'm not
point.
sitting here to argue with y'all about if Naruto beats One Piece verse. We already had this discussion before, and I agree with y'all on that. However, the loopholes and the backflips and shit this nigga went through in this video, it's just fucking
I ain't
stupid.
see not one loophole.
And I'm definitely not about to argue with you, Tough. Not so you can be this
Joel,
egregious.
ask him what the backflip was then, Joel, so he can, and maybe he'll answer you. What was the backflips?
So what did you strongly disagree with?
He used Ace as an example, saying that, oh, well, Ace's body is still there. Ace is not intangible. Ace wasn't trying to be intangible when he blocked the fucking attack. He was trying to block the fucking attack and got a hole put through him. He made himself solid to protect his brother. If he was fucking intangible, what the fuck would be the purpose of standing in front of your brother? And we see that Apu really didn't damage Kizuru at all with the cuts that he did to him. He dispersed him, yes, but that doesn't mean
That was his point.
but that doesn't mean he's tangible. He dispersed the rays of light.
That were tangible. Roy, now, come on now. Come on now. If you could disperse it, then it's definitely tangible.
Is light tangible, Tough?
Yes, you can interact with it.
Can you touch light, sir?
You can disrupt it. What's the definition of tangible?
Let's do some research. Perceivable by touch. Can you perceive light by touch?
Some lights you can, yes.
What light can
Now,
you
are you saying I'm
perceive?
lying there too? Because
What
you
light?
definitely can perceive some lights by the heat they put off. I would admit it's not tangible in the most common sense, but we do have ways of interacting with light.
Light isn't tangible in the sense of normal matter, having mass and taking up space, but is a real physical phenomenon behaving as both waves and particles, carrying energy, momentum, interacting with matter, making it feel tangible through heat and light pressure.
Again,
You you got it, King. You got it. Well,
I'm confused because wasn't 2 seconds ago you were just saying, "Oh, Stretch Man and Pooh can sound can interact with light. Sound is tangible with light," and
I
now you
I
saying it's not.
didn't say light sound isn't I didn't say light sound is tangible with light. I didn't say that. I said sound can interact with light.
And to be able to interact with something, it has to be tangible to you, correct? And again, it says not in the normal traditional means, but we do have ways. So again, and then especially if you go into One Piece, if it's not a tangible thing, how the hell did fucking Vegapunk copy it and give it to a bunch of fucking robots?
He copied the devil fruit?
But he didn't copy the whole devil fruit. He copied properties of the devil fruit.
So that probably tells you he probably did something with Kizaru's body when Kizaru was tangible. Or Kizaru made himself tangible so Vegapunk could get his blood to perform experiments on.
So again,
Then
like the
maybe,
person in the video said, he's not always intangible.
but that would be
His
him
body
making
is the
himself.
light.
That
And
would be him making himself tangible for those experiments because they can choose when they're tangible and they're not. Because the experience between a non-hockey person punching a crocodile versus punching a Kizaru is two different experiences. You punch
uh,
If you don't have hockey, you punch Kizaru, you're just going through. You're not doing anything. You punch crocodile, you're punching a wall of sand. Two different experiences.
would a crocodile turn himself into such a thin layer of sand that you just go through and don't feel nothing? Like you
All
punching
right.
Kizu.
Anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. I'm not about to continue this with this nigga. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We'll catch y'all when we catch y'all.